Alex, I spent 45 minutes this morning just staring at a piece of walnut that had a crack running through it like a lightning bolt. I couldn't decide if I was looking at a $500 mistake or the beginning of a legacy. That's the maker's curse, isn't it? Seeing the gold in the wreckage.
Most people just see a pile of sawdust, Tiger. But welcome back to the TigerDen podcast. I'm Alex, and with me is the man who treats every scrap of lumber like a long-lost relative, Tiger. Today we're digging into the Daily Digest. We've got surging trade wages, 3D printing drama, and apparently a log that's worth more than my first car.
Money grows on trees if you have the right saw blade and enough patience to let the sap dry. But before we get to the big money wood, we have to talk about the plastic revolution. PETG filament.
Oh, the exciting world of melting plastic. Groundbreaking stuff.
Hey now, don't knock the polyethylene terephthalic glycol until you've tried to print a bracket that won't shatter when you breathe on it. For the longest time, we had this trade-off. You could have high-speed prints that looked like a stack of pancakes or high-strength parts that took 3 days to finish. These new high-speed PETG formulas, it's like someone finally figured out how to make a race car that can also haul a load of gravel. It's food safe, tough as nails, and it's actually keeping up with the modern high-velocity printers.
Okay, so the tech is getting better, but I'm hearing some grumbling in the community. What's going on with Bamboo Lab? People are sounding less like happy makers and more like they're ready to grab pitchforks.
It's the open source soul-searching moment. Bamboo Lab is pushing boundaries, no doubt. Their machines are Ferraris, but they've bumped heads with the Orca Slicer folks. When you take the collective brainpower of thousands of hobbyists who built this industry and then start putting up walls around your garden, people get prickly. It's a delicate dance. If you're a maker, you're only as good as the folks willing to share their secrets with you. When a company stops sharing, the community starts looking for the exit.
It's that tension between wanting the best tool but not wanting to be owned by the manufacturer. Speaking of being owned, let's talk about the 9 to 5, or rather, the 7 to 3. The trades are seeing a massive payday right now, aren't they?
30%. That's not a cost of living adjustment, that's a paradigm shift. For decades, we've been told that if you don't have a degree framed on your wall, you're just a backup player. But try finding a master plumber on a Saturday when your basement is becoming an indoor pool.
I've seen those invoices. Suddenly that degree doesn't feel quite as powerful as a pipe wrench.
Exactly, the college era is hitting a wall. We have a generation realizing that you can graduate with 6 figures of debt to sit in a cubicle, or you can get paid to learn how to build the actual world. I'm seeing kids getting into off-site construction, modular buildings put together in factories with surgical precision. It's basically Lego on a skyscraper scale. It's clean, it's high-tech, and the paycheck is finally reflecting the skill involved.
So if someone's sitting at their desk right now, listening to this and looking at their spreadsheet with a tear in their eye, where do they start?
Look for the gaps. Modular building is skyrocketing because it's efficient. If you can understand the bridge between old school craftsmanship and new school manufacturing tech, you're not just a worker, you're the most valuable person on the site.
Transitioning from the job site to the digital storefront, we need to talk about the maker moguls. Specifically, the Instagram ghost town problem. I've seen so many creators complaining that their reach is dying.
That's because everyone's chasing vanity numbers. They want 10,000 followers, even if 9,000 of them are bots or people who haven't logged in since 2019. In 2026, Instagram is basically taking a broom to the platform. If you have a huge audience, but nobody's talking to you, the algorithm treats your content like it's radioactive.
So more isn't better?
More is a liability. I'd rather have 100 people who actually care about the way I join a dovetail than 10,000 people who just scroll past. The trick now, and this sounds counterintuitive, is to stop trying to be viral and start being a neighbor. Reply to the comments, ask questions.
And the behind-the-scenes stuff? Because I've seen your shop on a Tuesday, Tiger. Well, authentic is a very kind word for it.
It looks like a lumberyard exploded, I know. But that's the point. People are tired of the polished, slow-motion videos with the perfect lighting and the clean aprons. They want to see the moment you realize you cut the board 2 inches short. They want the sawdust and the coffee. That vulnerability builds a bridge of trust. When you eventually try to sell them a custom table, they aren't buying wood. They're buying the person who survived the mess.
Speaking of selling, let's talk about the $5,000 log. Please tell me you didn't just find this in a ditch.
Not me, but a craftsman I've been following. He took what most people would call rot a piece of firewood destined for the wood stove. And he saw the spalting inside, those black, wavy lines caused by fungi. In the right hands, that's nature's calligraphy. He stabilized it, turned it, and polished it until it looked through the lens deep.
And someone actually paid 5 grand for it?
Because he didn't sell them a chunk of wood, he sold them a one-of-one piece of history. It's a masterclass in perception. As makers, our job isn't just to cut and glue, it's to look at something worthless and find the value everyone else is walking over.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate my garage without tripping over my table saw.
That's your first weekend project then. Get that saw on wheels. I'm serious. A mobile base is the difference between a shop you love and a shop that feels like a prison cell. If you can't reclaim your floor space in 5 minutes, you're never going to go out there and build anything.
And for the people who do have space, we're talking cutting boards, right? The gateway drug?
The classic. But don't just slap 2 boards together. Use something that pops. Walnut and maple, the tuxedo of the wood world. And here's the thing that saves your reputation. Use end grain.
Why the obsession with end grain? It's way harder to build.
Because it's a gift to your knives. Think of the wood fibers like a bundle of straws. In a long grain board, you're cutting across the straws and scarring them. In an end grain board, the knife tip slides between the straws and they bounce back. It's the difference between a board that looks like a battleground in 6 months and one that looks pristine for a decade. Just hide your fingers when you're using the router on those edges. I've left a little too much of myself on a cutting board once or twice.
And that's the Tiger special. Hard-won wisdom usually involves at least one Band-Aid.
At least. But look, whether you're looking at a career in the trades or just trying to get a glue up right this Sunday, the lesson stands. The value is always in the details. It's in the speed of the filament, the authenticity of the post, or the direction of the grain.
A good reminder that good enough usually isn't. Where can people find more of these deep dives?
Head over to the TigerDen blog. We've got the full learning paths, whether you want to become a maker mogul or just master the mobile shop. Everything's there to help you build a better life by hand.
Thanks for joining us in the den. Now go make something.
And keep your blades sharp. It's a lot harder to cut yourself with a sharp tool than a dull one, and it's a lot less embarrassing when you do.